My whole life I wanted to celebrate Christmas.
Right. Well, that's interesting, yeah.
So I found myself a Christian lady. Like if JD was writing, it's like Rachel, Lincoln, and Jackson had a
Why are you using that?
He's not as old as my grandparents. He got trench foot.
Parigarevan. Parigarevan.
Banger.
Hello and welcome to Is This Good? The show where we boldly, conclusively, and scientifically decide what things in this big wide world are good. I'm Matt Austin, and with me, as always, is production powerhouse Jason Doyle.
Hello.
Hi JD, thanks for coming. And today we have two amazing guests. One is a podcaster who spends all his time watching, reading, and talking about the NBA, and the other is his wife that has to live with someone who spends all their time watching, reading, and talking about the NBA. You know his name from No Dunks, the oldest and best basketball podcast on the planet, and you know her name from being mentioned on No Dunks about 1,000 times at this point. Please welcome Jay Skeets, and making her international podcasting debut, they're married, but luckily her last name's not Skeets, Nora Artinian. Skeets and Nora, welcome.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Thank you, Matt. So happy to be here.
What a get, Austin.
Huge.
You got my wife.
And on Christmas Day, too. I can't believe she forsaked her family to be here in the Classic Factory podcasting with us.
Yeah, you're a big fan of the show, obviously.
Huge fan. Big supporter of the show.
How does it feel to be in the factory, Nora?
Very odd. It's an out-of-body experience. I've only ever really seen it from the other side. So sitting in Tassie's seat, this is very weird. But very exciting, too.
Wait till the flies show up and start buzzing around. Seriously.
Wow, what?
No thanks.
We've had a lot of flies over the last week in the studio.
It's like winter. Why are they in here?
Well, they're inside.
We're close to a farm. What can I tell you?
Oh, right. Oh, how's Casper?
Casper's doing
Oh,
great.
you didn't hear?
He's up for Karina's dog farm dog of the year.
Did he win?
We don't have the update. I don't know
sure.
when voting is, but we will be sure to get on that and give you an
Inquiring
update.
minds
I should
know.
check back. Nora, I guess my first question for you is, Skeets has done, I think, 3,000 plus podcasts in his podcasting career. From the Basketball Jones to the Starters to No Dunks. You have been mentioned many, many times because you live with him. You're the only person that lives with him. And, he references stories about you, things like that. Do you feel like you've gotten a fair shake on the pod?
Wow, hard-hitting question.
Do you listen? Oh, do you listen to the pod?
Okay, let's be real. Of those 3,000 episodes, however many there were, I'm not listening to all of them. No. But I listen to, I would say, a fair amount. And Skeets will often...
That's okay.
Sorry, how far into the show is that?
It's Christmas.
He will often be like, oh, we talked about that thing that we talked about, and then we'll listen to it together, right? Like, you'll pull it up and be like, oh, this is a funny part, listen to this. But I feel like you're fair. You haven't said anything unkind.
I only tell the truth, Matt.
Wow.
Well, I don't know, because sometimes, Skeets, when you're on this show, you're like, I fucking hate coming on the show because you just try to get me in trouble with my wife. Like when I ask you about...
said that.
Sneaking food into it, like, you go out, you eat food.
Yes. But he admitted that he does that.
Yeah, sneaky McDonald's.
He eats secret food, and, that's his cross to bear, that he's willing to do that.
That's my nugget sauce to bear.
Yeah. The shame that you carry from not telling me.
Just sweet and sour sauce.
It's interesting that you've tailed off on listening, because I assume when the show started back in 2006 and Skeets and Tass were recording with JD in his kitchen, you probably did listen to those because you're like, wow, this is exciting. My boyfriend at the time is...
Sure.
His voice is being broadcast to the world.
Yeah.
But you have tailed off, and I wonder, because Jill has listened to every podcast, but I've started to notice sometimes I'll be like, oh, did you hear that thing? She'll be like, no.
Yeah. And I'm too many podcasts.
Well, you guys are all content machines. It's just too much content to keep up with. And frankly, I've been listening to you a lot, Matt. So there might be some fractures.
Because it's not about basketball.
Well, obviously, yes. And Matt's very funny. And
so I'm not funny.
Different kind of funny.
And okay, let's break that down.
Well, the stuff you're talking about, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to know more about the things Matt is discussing than what Draymond did or whatever. I'm not going to know as much. I don't have the same context.
Yes.
But if Matt's talking about something silly he read in the news, I probably read it, or I probably sent it to him.
You probably sent it to Matt. You're a producer on Is This Good? Not a lot of people know that, basically.
Yeah. Well, as I said to you when we were talking about being on this, and I was like, oh my God, I'm kind of nervous. Like, I've never done anything like that. I was like, I'd rather be the roadie, or like the person behind the scenes, than the actual performer.
Wow. Yeah. You'd rather be carrying the heavy amplifier up and down off the stage and loading out the van at 3 a.m. This sounds very much like you. I think that's... but what finally convinced you to come on the pod? Because you've been asked many times in different scenarios.
Yeah, I don't know. I think because maybe...
Because you trust me.
Yeah, I was going to say hesitation being in, like, for instance... when Graydon and Trey were doing the F1 show.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a huge F1 fan, but, you have a bit of, like, imposter syndrome of being like, what if I say the wrong thing? Or I come off like I don't know what I'm talking about. Whereas here, we're kind of talking about nothing.
Right.
We're talking about fun stuff. And
yes.
so it's hard to be an imposter when you're just having chats with people that you've known for like 20 years. So
fair.
Yeah.
It's all
exactly.
Good.
And it's just an opinion. No one can tell you you're wrong. I mean, actually,
you will, but yes.
But this is the Christmas show. I'm very excited. We actually have a lot to get to, so we're going to get to it in a second. But I guess I just want to know, Skeets and Nora, what are your holiday plans? Set the scene for us.
We're staying here in Atlanta. We are not flying home to the Great White North. We're going to save that. Nora's sister is due soon to have another child. Let's let them have the kid. Let's let them get settled. And then we'll go up. My sister, about a month or so ago, had her second child too. So we're just kicking it here in Atlanta.
Okay.
And we love it. We did it last year. And we were like, you know what? This is a lot better than the stress of flights to catch and renting cars. And we got to see my family and your family and see these people and all this. And, it's fun, but it's not relaxing.
No.
So, yeah.
And Atlanta's so fun at the Christmas
season.
It's
not super
cold.
Yeah.
There's so much to do. There's a cocktail bar like every corner basically where they have like a theme of something.
True.
So there's no shortage of stuff
And that theme
to
is
do.
usually Christmas.
Oh yeah.
It is.
Yeah. So yeah.
Big time.
We got the presents under the tree.
We'll
kick it with Luna. Give her a treat or
She's
two.
got a boat
Go for
she's
a
gonna
Christmas
wear.
walk.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Okay. Honestly, that sounds lovely. And JD, you're staying home too, am I right?
I too am staying home. We were just home for Thanksgiving, the American Thanksgiving, so no need to go anywhere.
Maybe we'll hang with JD.
Yeah.
We're here.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to Florida to, eat Chinese food and see a shitty movie. So that's what I'm doing.
What movie will you be seeing?
What's the big one this year?
I don't know. What is the big one this year? I don't even know.
Well, who are you going with? Because there's a lot of good movies, but I don't know if they're like...
No, it's got to be a family affair. Or something that like a
kids?
12-year-old and a 10-year-old can see.
Well, what is...
I don't know.
There was the Mario Brothers, but that's been out forever.
No, they've and that's the other thing. They've seen
them
by now.
all,
Unless it comes out like right at Christmas, they've probably seen it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, what is the Christmas movie?
Kids, sit down. It's time to watch The Holdovers, okay?
Oh, yeah, no, that one's
The Holdovers is
good.
supposed to be great.
You like Paul Giamatti? No? Well, too bad.
I think you should take them to see that. It's time.
Okay.
It's time.
All right, a quick bit of housekeeping here. If you'd like to support the show, go to patreon.com/isthisgood. You'll get ad-free episodes. You'll get access to our thriving community on Discord. You'll get an exclusive episode every month. And you'll get our Christmas-themed playlist. And Skeets and Nora, as a parting gift, you will receive a link to our Christmas playlist. So that's something to be excited about.
Incredible. Love it.
Nice. Is this
As
a
your
Spotify
home.
or Apple?
You know what?
Both.
It is a Spotify, but you know what, JD? Did I make it on Apple?
I don't know. I added my tracks to the Spotify.
Yeah, okay, but you know what? I should release the Apple version.
Yeah, let's do that.
You got some Boney M on there?
Hell yes.
Yeah,
Generous.
JD put that on.
Incredible.
And the exclusive episode is coming out this Thursday, and that's going to be JD and Rachel doing an AMA.
Yeah.
Spilling all their secrets.
Spicy.
And there's already some great questions that I'm really excited to hear the answers to. One I remember, have you ever hated any of your son's friends?
Oh.
I'd love to hear you speak about that. So if you are already a Patreon subscriber, you'll hear that on Thursday. But if you want to hear it, you can get a free trial, patreon.com/isthisgood. And of course, it's Friendly December. So that just means, Skeets and Nora, you got to tell 3 people to listen to this show.
I do it every day.
Okay.
Can we pick the same people?
I mean,
Like,
no, you know.
Well, wouldn't that'd be why? That would almost be smarter. They'd be getting recommended from two people they trust and love.
Like the second.
But we won't do it at the same time.
Yeah.
You know, I'll send it to
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Hey, Grish, man, you gotta check out this. Is this good? This is incredible. And then maybe Nora sees him later. Yeah, you should check out this podcast.
No, I like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still
and then the second time they'll be like, "It's so funny you mentioned that. I forget who, but someone was talking about that." And now cements it. That's good marketing. All right, guys, here we go. Not everyone's going to agree with everything you say, especially about Christmas, but sometimes you have to stand alone on the edge of popular consensus. It's time for unpopular opinions. All right, our beautiful listeners have sent in these unpopular opinions about Christmas, and we'll start with a heater. This one's from Jack V, and it just says, Christmas sucks. And he wrote an email further explaining, "Hello, Matthew. I'll cut to the chase. I fucking hate Christmas. For those of us who suck at giving gifts, this day is a nightmare. I don't think of creative gifts well, and I'm always doing it last minute, adding stress to what should be a holiday. If there are kids in your household, they always make you get up early as hell. You spend half the day cooking, and I don't like cooking. You get bombarded with gift messaging for weeks before and even after, and the entire day is grossly over-commercialized. Families always fight. If your family doesn't fight on Christmas, congrats, you're in a Hallmark movie. Lastly, people are ridiculously obsessed with this holiday and obnoxious with their Christmas cheer. Love the pod. Best, Scrooge." I mean, Jack, but Jack, you are more Scrooge than Scrooge.
Ever heard of joy?
Yeah, are we sure this isn't Jack Frost? My God.
No doubt.
This guy got hit by a car and turned into a snowman? Michael Keaton.
No
But
cheer.
wait, does Jack Frost hate Christmas? I don't know the lore.
Yeah.
I mean, I just know that Jack Frost, the man, was hit by a vehicle
Jack Frost,
and
the man.
Was turned into a snowman and tried to right his wrongs.
What was his name? Jack Frost in like before he died?
I assume his name was Jack, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, this
probably
movie's like
was.
from the late 90s. Yeah, it probably was. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nominative determinism. Like if you name your kid Jeeves, he's going to be a butler. You name your kid Jack Frost, at some point he's going to get hit by a car and turn into a snowman.
Yeah, I guess so. But man, that's a spicy one to start with here.
Yeah, very hard take.
Now, a lot of truth in that email.
Which
Some.
part's truth?
Some part. Well, obviously the part where Christmas can be quite stressful.
Sure.
Not for him.
Why?
What's Jack doing that's stressful?
Why would Jack, if you're so bad at giving gifts, why are you also waiting till the last minute? You're compounding.
You have a whole season to get ready for
Yeah.
this. December 1st, start.
Well, what Skeets, what struck you as like the complaint that you would most identify with, even though you think this is...
Definitely the pressure of gift giving. You know, the stress maybe on your wallet or on your psyche of like what to give and what to get for people. I get that part. There's some truth to that. There's a lot of people that struggle with that.
Yeah.
And so it becomes definitely not a holiday, to use his words. It's more like, oh my God, this is a chore. This is like, and I can't mess this up. I'm going to let everybody down. There was a couple other ones like the cooking thing. Okay, get out of here, Jack.
Yeah.
Like whatever.
I feel like he's piling on a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why does he have to cook? I mean, you could get like pre-made stuff brought in, right?
We did that last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah, for like a Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
I know that's not feasible for everybody.
Not feasible for everybody, but something you can do.
But okay, I remember some people, for the most part, hence why this is an unpopular opinion. People love Christmas. You love Christmas.
I love Christmas.
JD, well,
Fuck, I'm a Jew and I love Christmas.
Okay,
I would say to Jack, like, you're taking it for granted, man. My whole life I wanted to celebrate Christmas.
Right. Well, that's interesting. Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, that's true.
So I found myself a Christian lady.
But I was going to say, and there were Christmases where I was like, this is not fun. I mean, if you grow up in a household where money is tight, like I'm talking when I was like a kid, there were some that I can still vividly remember, like, this sucks. Like, I'm getting shit.
Yeah.
I'm not getting anything. And then you see all the things other people are getting, like, and your parents are stressed, and oh my God, like, that's not fun.
No.
Now, luckily, that wasn't every Christmas.
Yeah, certainly.
Man, you're giving Major John Lennon Christmas War is over energy. This young Skeets around his tree going, And so this is Christmas. And what have you done?
Your Christmas origin story sounds kind of dark.
Yeah.
Mine is the opposite, which is probably why I love Christmas so much. Also, my family's, one of their love languages is gift giving.
Right,
So
right.
there was like mountains of gifts and like every little thing was wrapped.
Spoiled.
Totally, but I'm like, my mom would wrap like every element. So it's not like even like the objects were fancy or anything, where there
Yeah.
was many of them, and so it was fun. There's lots of wrapping, and we were the house where you would take turns and watch the person open, which I know not everybody does.
Oh yeah. Takes a while.
It does. It was like hours.
Yeah. I do vividly remember. I must have been in like probably in my teens. Like I probably was like getting 14, 15, something like that. We would go to my grandparents' farm for Christmas. That was one of the things we would do, usually the day after on Boxing Day in Canada. And I was the oldest grandchild. So by this time now, there was a lot more grandkids. And usually Grandma and Grandpa would always come through with like a decent gift. Like I was getting better gifts really than I was from Mom and Dad. But again, I was like 15 or 16, and I remember I got one gift. I opened it up, and it was a pair of boots. And I was like, this can't be the only gift I'm getting.
You got boot rage.
And I remember I had a bit of like wow, Christmas sucks now. Like I was like, oh, now I've hit adulthood. Like I'm getting boots.
Yeah.
Like there was no toy, no fun gift. And it was like,
I'm sorry your grandparents didn't want you to have wet.
I know,
Didn't want you to probably your grandparents know what trench foot is, right? They're World War I generation,
No.
okay? They didn't want you to have it.
now I would love boots. That's the crazy part. But when
Yeah.
you're still like holding on that you want the cool video game or whatever it is,
Right.
and you get boots,
Yeah.
it's pretty deflating.
Yeah.
And it was like a real like, well, okay, Christmas has changed now. And it wasn't even that great to begin with. So,
That was the turning point?
yeah.
That's what I
Anyway,
do. It's time to
I
grow
get
up. Yeah.
what Jack's coming from in some of this.
Okay, well,
regard.
Jack is not saying any of this in the email. That's the thing.
yeah, Jack didn't mention the word boots once.
No, he
No,
didn't.
he's not talking
said-
about how financially strapped
Yeah,
it
you're
is
right.
or any of that. He's just like, I don't like cooking or my kids get up early. Ugh.
Yeah.
It's like,
He's complaining about his life.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jack.
Damn.
I mean, yeah, to the people like Jack that say Christmas is over commercialized, what I'd like you to do is refuse all gifts and go to church and shut up, okay? Like,
Right.
that's what Christmas used to be. Mm-hmm. Just going to church, and there's nothing wrong with going to church. I mean, it's the reason for the season, JC, shout out. It's my number one. One of three.
Of course.
Okay.
Rank 'em.
Father, Son, the Holy Ghost. I mean, you gotta go Father first, actually. He's the OG. I'm going Jesus second. Holy Ghost third, only because I'm still unclear on what that is.
Yeah.
The Holy
you know?
Ghost. Don't look at me.
Oh, yeah.
Who's the everything?
Neither of us are religious. So
Yeah.
no one here is going to be able to answer that one. Wrong crowd.
The Holy Ghost, it's a great band, I think.
Isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, it's true. They're funky.
Yeah. I got him on
We got a Thundercat remix, I think.
Yeah.
All right, so look, let's move on from this one because it's the Christmas episode. We can't just be shrouded in negativity.
Yeah, let's
well,
not
except
dwell
this
on
next
that.
one. This next one is also negative. Isaiah M says wrapping gifts and having the element of surprise in gift giving is overrated. So Isaiah wrote, as a caveat, I set aside this point for kids because yes, opening up presents on Christmas or a birthday is a thing that can be enjoyable along with the anticipation of getting what they want. For teens and adults, I don't see the need. I will just ask the person what they want and give it to them. Many instances, not even on their birthday or Christmas. Whoa, fucking Isaiah's a wild
This is
cat.
crazy.
on one.
Yeah.
He's a wild card. Because I don't waste time getting them something they don't want. And since they know what it is, wrapping is unnecessary. Now, Isaiah is what you might call a romantic. Honey, did you
Has he been
write
hanging
your
with Jack?
wedding vows yet? No. Just tell me what you want me to say. I'll fucking say it.
Wow.
Also, like, take a little pride in your work. Like, gift giving is not just the object. It's like you thought about something and then you put the effort in and then you're going to present that in a nice way, which involves the wrapping.
He thinks that's all useless. The wrapping paper,
Where's the
bow.
wonder? Where's the cheer?
It sounds like, yeah, when he buys you a gift, even if I really like it and want it and he knows that, he just like chucks it at me from across the room like, here's your cool video game.
Really?
It's like, damn,
And
well,
also,
thanks, but
part of the fun of the gift is like watching the person then open it, and then like the moment they see it, and then they get the idea or whatever it was that you got them.
yeah. I'm not on board with this
Maybe
one.
he's
This
a crappy gift giver.
Well, he says he's great.
Well, of course he does.
Yeah.
Well, do you think that is a good gift giver to like be like, well, I don't want to risk getting you something that would be a surprise, but a surprise you don't want? Wouldn't you rather just get the thing you want, aka not boots? You know what I'm saying?
A good gift giver needs nuance. You are casing this person for weeks, following them, knowing what they're into without them even
private
saying.
detective?
I am a PI.
Nor, do you have a note, like a notes app thing on your phone that says like gifts and when you get reminded?
Hundo P.
See, I
For
do too.
many
I do too.
people. For many people.
That's
Different
good.
lists.
That's the way to do it.
Where they say something, I'm like, pop, pop, pop.
Yeah,
it's on
that's
the
very
list.
smart.
It's in the notes.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people do
Now,
that.
I disagree with this fella for Christmas, but I do think wrapping things is like if I bring you a bottle of wine, just like I'm having dinner at your house, I bring you a bottle of wine. Now, like they want you to put it in a specific like gift wine bottle bag, which I usually do, but like. Why are we pretending? Like that you see the bag, you know what it is.
Yeah, you don't need to. You don't need to do that.
You
for
don't need
wine.
to do that for wine.
But again, I mean, we're gonna give wine to our neighbors, which we usually do. We're gonna put it in a bag because it's Christmas time.
That's a little more festive. Also, we're leaving it on their porch. It's like a bit crass to just leave a bottle of wine on someone's door.
I guess.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like a little more presented.
I will go so far to say, stop putting things in bags.
Okay.
That's Christmas gifts.
That's no. But that's
That's
for
lazy.
Those of us that
It's
can't
lazy.
wrap.
It's lazy.
We can't wrap.
It's lazy.
There are objects that aren't a typical shape.
Put it in a box.
Right, then you have to source a box.
Source of box.
Hey, look, we can all agree.
Fucking Nora's down there running logistics at Amazon. Okay.
We can all agree opening a gift from a bag, JD, is not as
Yes.
fun as unwrapping a gift.
Fair.
It's not as
It's
fun.
not.
It's
It's
not
not.
as fun. I'm going to put my Taz
choose
hat
fun.
on for 1 second. It's way easier to reuse a bag. You know what I mean?
Oh, you're right.
You know what?
Everyone.
Forget I said that. That's no fun. That's absolutely no fun.
You know you're an adult when you have like a bag full of gift bags that
Right.
you just
Oh,
reuse.
yeah.
You're like, oh, this is a nice bag. We gotta keep
Rip the
this
tag
one.
off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Done that. We do that.
If I was getting a bottle of wine, 100%, I would want it wrapped, even if it was the shape of the bottle. It's just more fun to go, yeah, you rip it off.
Yeah.
It's like, what's
Whoa,
this?
Trader Joe's. You shouldn't have. What you guys, since you all have such extensive experience receiving Christmas gifts, what do you do when you get a present you hate? And it could be, or usually is, like someone very close to you giving you that gift, family member. I mean, Nora, I know this is a lot to ask on your first podcast, but do you want to do a little improv of you opening up a gift you hate and pretending to like it?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Here you go, dear. I thought you'd love this.
Oh, thank you. I just can't wait to see what's in here. This beautiful wrapping. Oh, another layer. Wow, incredible. It's a box in a box. Oh, I've seen this bit before. And another. Okay, here we go. Oh, thank you.
Oh, God. Wow. You must love it.
I love it.
I
can't
knew
wait to
you would
use
love it because you said you loved cabbage.
I do. You know, it's so nutritious and you can be used in so many ways.
Look, I put it in my notes that you love cabbage because we were eating once.
My notes app is just foods I've seen people
It's a
eat.
grocery list.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a twofer, okay? Because then you don't have to make two of those.
You know, I hate
That was great. That was great, Nora. I totally believe that, and I think
you.
everyone needs to practice their fake excitement face before
Right.
Christmas.
So during
all
the hours-long marathon, Nora, at the Artinian house, you were doing a great job of sort of narrating what you were doing. Is that what happens for
yeah.
every like
Talking
everyone?
for-
Ooh, I wonder what it could be, and like shake
A little
it.
bit.
There's a lot of that.
I think
Yeah.
so. The Christmas day is just my house in the morning, and then we would go to my aunt and uncle's with all of my cousins. There's a little bit more of a show there with just us, like me and my sisters. My parents they know obviously what we're opening. With all the cousins, like all girls and all the aunts and uncles, like every time someone gets a gift, they're like, "Ooh,
Yeah.
what do we think it is?"
Yeah.
And then at one point we were doing a gift exchange with all the aunts and uncles, and that was truly horrific. It took so long. It's
long.
all these like boomers, and they would lose track of how the game were. Whose turn is it? And then the order would be wrong, and then they would have to guess who got them the gift, and that was an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
My dad's doing like math calculations, like beautiful mind, trying to think like,
He's writing
was it my
formulas on the
brother?
window.
Who was it? Like it's a nightmare every time.
Thinking of when he can go return it and how much it might be. Did he spend more money on his gift than they spent on his?
Totally.
All right, final one here. Ricky P says, Christmas cards are a waste of paper. So he writes, pending a job offer, my family will be moving to Atlanta. Oh, well, you guys can hang out with Ricky over Christmas.
Ricky.
A friend said to me, in mild frustration, if you're going to move across the country, the least you can do is send a Christmas card. I did not grow up in a family that took pictures and sent Christmas cards, neither did my wife. Culturally, it's just not a thing for us. This friend sends really thoughtful, professional-looking cards with attached letters every Christmas. While I'm happy to put her family on our fridge during the holiday, I don't want to do the work to make these cards. So, I'm not sure that I've ever received a Christmas card from any of you, so I'm curious, Skeets, what's your position?
Rewind. You definitely got one.
Yeah.
Maybe. I think it was the post-COVID, post-quarantine year, so it was like 2020 maybe.
Yeah.
Christmas or 2021. I sent one because I had to make one of these stupid cards, and it was a freaking nightmare. On
Wait, what do you mean?
Shutterfly.
Why did you have to?
Well, I just decided. I was like,
chose to.
we thought the world was ending, and maybe I'll.
Oh,
make
you
a
were
nice
like,
one.
We bought a new house. We had a dog. Now we got a family.
We have stuff to
We're
say.
alive. We're still
Everyone's
alive.
We're still alive. Yeah.
Yeah, so I made one, and it was a picture with Luna on it. I definitely sent it to you, Matt.
Okay, that's starting to sound familiar.
Yes.
But you know what? I've moved since then, and it's not because I looked to my
didn't
right. The
keep
fridge
it?
is here.
Yeah.
It's
I
not
kept
on your
it
fridge.
somewhere. No, you know what? I didn't keep it. Is the truth because when I was cleaning up the fridge, I threw it out. I don't know what. You want me to be stacking up Christmas cards from a decade over here?
Absolutely.
I don't have the magnet power, Nora.
You should reuse them. You could send them out.
Yeah.
Okay, well then you didn't do it since.
No.
So
No, because
you obviously didn't like it.
Okay, so I did like the final result. It's very cute. Everyone likes the card that they make. They wouldn't send it out to, all of their near and dearest friends and family. But it's annoying to make. Like they're not at least when I was making it a few years ago, the app was like not user friendly. I'm sure they're better now. But it just seemed like a lot. And also, we don't have like new news. So
Nothing has happened to us.
No, I mean, not really. There's not. That year we had a lot going on. So I was like, hey, this is stuff to actually share. Otherwise, I'm just like straight up just sending a picture of us to people, which they could see that.
I don't know, Nora. You something like you got a tagine this year, I think.
Oh, we've had a tagine for years.
Dude, we've had a tagine for years.
But we are getting a milk frother today.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
there we go. We'll take a photo with it.
We got a milk frother. We were at a cabin on the weekend that had a milk frother, and I became hyper fixated on it.
So what, we're using Christmas cards now
sure
to pose with purchases so you don't buy it for us? Like, here's all the things
honestly,
we bought
that's a good
this year.
idea.
We don't need a milk frother. Don't need a new toaster. Don't need this.
Well, it's true because like there'll always be like a Texas politician or something that goes viral for taking a picture in front of a tree and everyone's holding
Yes.
an assault rifle. Yeah. And I look at that and I go, don't buy those people guns.
no.
They have enough.
No.
So I do. I was like, oh, gotta go return this gun I bought them. I do think this is interesting. But Nora, you're talking about like an app where you're uploading a picture and then writing season's greetings on it or something. But in the old days, I feel like there was a letter like. Yeah. Like if JD was writing, it's like Rachel, Lincoln, and Jackson had a
Why are you using that?
He's not as old as my grandparents. He got trench foot. All the trench foots.
Lincoln got early acceptance to Georgia Tech, which doesn't mean what you think it does. It actually means he'll be going later than. It was sort of Instagram before Instagram, because if Instagram is curating your life to make it look like you're fucking killing it at all times and raise envy in other people, then the Christmas card was kind of that before.
Totally. My grandparents, again, out at the farm at their place, around the Christmas time, it would just be cards, and they would do like string them all up, and it would sort of be all within the sort of the kitchen area.
For sure, same. My parents did too.
And
I will say the trend of like sending a card, like how we were talking about with a photo of the family and all that, feels more American. I mean, we have a bunch of them at our house already.
Yeah, it's very popular.
From friends and family here. who it seems like sort of like cost of entry to do this. Like
Yeah.
it's not like a special thing. Like
I think
a
a
lot
part of
people are
it
doing
is, I assume, usually the moms. They want a good photo of their family.
Definitely.
And
Right.
everybody dressed up and everybody looking all right.
Yeah.
Sure.
And so it's like you can kill two birds with one stone. You get a good photo for you, and then, well, let's just share this as a Christmas card.
Yeah.
I do think the
fun
format
to
is a
get.
problem though with those cards.
What do you mean?
They're just like like a little rectangular piece of paper. They're not a card. So it's hard to like prop them up because I'm not gonna like.
Ooh, yeah, you
Like, what
can't
do I
sit
do
them
with
up like a
this?
normal
That's
card.
it's built for the
It's the
fridge.
fridge.
For the fridge.
You
We don't
gotta
put
put
we
it-
don't
It's
we
a
don't put
it's a
anything on our
postcard.
fridge.
Our fridge is neutral.
Yeah.
We do not put stuff on the fridge.
You'll never make our fridge.
Yeah.
Is it magnetized, your fridge, though?
It is, but we
Yeah.
don't want to put stuff
This
on
is very ironic because you collect magnets everywhere you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
But those
we
go
have
on
a
the magnet
special
board, yeah.
Magnet board.
Okay, so
for
put
that.
put the cards on the magnet
But they're
board.
in the
No,
guest
are
room.
you kidding me? The
That would
magnet
be
board is a
weird.
work of art. It's my life. It's before you.
Okay, relax.
There's a lot of rules in the Skeets household.
No doubt.
No, I just don't like how
I
things
wish
look on the
what I was
fridge.
gonna say is I wish those cards, if you're gonna do one of those cards, they should come with like a little removable sticky thing, like a 3M pad that I can just like
Okay.
Oh.
and stick it on like the wall or something.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
No, what about my paint?
Well, the 3M things that you pull it and it
Yeah.
comes off.
Yeah. It's like
It's
that tacky
2023.
tape or whatever.
You don't have
On
to
these
ruin your
walls, Nora.
walls.
Okay, we rent.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not.
We heard about your walls.
You rent, then you should be putting everything up on the walls.
Yeah.
You shouldn't give a shit. I give a shit. We own the house. We own the walls.
Oh, don't stress him out about homeownership.
We own these walls.
All these walls.
If these walls could talk, they would say, "They own me."
I walk by every wall in my house. I
own
own
you.
you, motherfucker.
All right, guys, it's time for the Is This Good segment where, unfortunately, everything's bad. It's time to pick your poison. So here's how it works. I'm going to give you some related options that are all bad, and you have to pick your poison. So whichever you consider the least worst option. Just one question today, and that's the worst Christmas arguments. Okay, so this is an argument you're going to have with someone over Christmas, but I want you to pick your poison of which one you're going to have. All right, worst Christmas arguments. First choice, Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Oh,
It pains me to even say those words, but yep, that's a dumb argument that people are going to have over Christmas. Next option, you can't say Merry Christmas anymore. Can't say it. War on Christmas. Next option, Elf on a Shelf is a dystopian tool used to train children to accept a surveillance state. Okay? That one might be true, but still an annoying argument to have with anyone. And finally, how early is too early to celebrate Christmas? Okay, so here's 4 bad arguments. Nora, why don't you start by telling me the one argument you definitely don't want to have? Die Hard is a Christmas movie. You can't say Merry Christmas anymore. Elf on a Shelf is a dystopian tool. How early is too early to celebrate Christmas?
Probably the second one. You can't say. I just feel like there's a lot of undertones there. I'm not trying to get into that world of politically correct or not, or whose is more important than I.
Well, what do you say, Nora? Do you say Happy Holidays or you say Merry Christmas?
I say both, I think. I don't really have like one that I'm like, this is the one I'm saying. I said earlier, I love the Christmas season, so I tend to just kind of just go with whatever. I've never had anybody have a negative reaction, so.
No, exactly.
good.
No one does.
Most
but you know
people
what's
aren't-
interesting?
Go ahead.
I go to an Armenian allergist to get my
Right.
allergy shots every week, so I'm there frequently. I have quite a
Yes.
relationship with Karina, my nurse, I guess. Anyways,
Do you say Padev to her when you go in?
I don't. Yeah, maybe you should give me some words.
Yeah. What's her name?
Karina.
I like the way you say that. Karina.
Got in, huh?
You can say Padev Karina in Shvezes.
Oh, God.
Okay, I'll write that down.
Shvezes.
You know in Shvezes?
I know.
What do you say when someone
Sounds
says
like you've got something in your nose. An allergy.
Anyways, I didn't know if I should say Merry Christmas because Armenian it's not now, right? It's in a different time.
We have Armenian quote
January.
unquote Christmas, which would be January 6th.
Right.
But
After New Year's.
After,
So
yeah.
it's almost like I should be saying Happy New Year's to her.
you could
Then post New Year's, I can go Merry Christmas.
yeah, you could say Happy New Year, which is Shnora Nordari, but we can
Well, I'm
practice
not
that
saying
later.
He's not saying
doing
that.
How early is too early to get into the
How
Armenians?
early is too early for Shana Perna Buri? How early?
Oh no.
She is Nora. I would honestly love to introduce you to her.
Oh, I bet you. She's a whippersnapper.
Oh, she is a kooky lady.
Yeah. Wasn't she like anti-vax, but she's giving you shots?
Oh, yes. Yeah,
Right?
What was it? She told me I told her I had a reaction to the shot,
Yeah.
and she was like, "You didn't get the COVID vaccine recently,
Yeah.
booster, did you?"
So confusing.
And I was like,
boy.
I was like, "No, why?" She's like, "Well, I just think that if you got the COVID booster and then you get the allergy shot, you could have a reaction." And I'm like, "But I've gotten like 4 of them at this point, and I've never had a problem before." And she's like, "You got 4? What are you doing?" I was like, "You're injecting me."
You blew her mind.
Like every week. What's the difference? She's like, "Well, this is real medicine."
Oh boy.
She's like,
How do
"I
you
heard the
define
COVID
it?
vaccine has snake skin in it." I'm like,
How do
"Okay,
you
well,
know?
snake venom in it."
My dear.
Wow.
Yeah, she sounds like, get her on the show.
No, she's great though. I don't want to talk shit about it
No,
because
of
this
course
time she
not.
told me, she was like, "What are you doing?" I told her I'm going to Florida. She's like, "Oh, I'm going on a cruise in the Mexican Riviera." I said, "Oh, that's wonderful." She's like, "Well, it could be, could not be." I said, "Why?" She said, "Well, my best friend, I'm doing the cruise with her. She had 2 tickets, and her husband fell ill, and he went to the hospital." And I was like, "Oh, that's nice. So, like, you're gonna go with her, so she's not alone during Christmas, and hopefully he'll be better." She's like, "No, he died. So, he never got out of the hospital. So now I'm just going with her instead." I'm like, really didn't need to know that.
Wow.
Wow, that took a turn. Classic kind
bit of a
Have
bummer.
the time of your life. Your life.
Life is so precious.
Anyway.
Let your friend's dead husband be a constant reminder. They should have bought a 3rd ticket. They could have buried him at sea.
Wow. A lot of people go missing on cruises.
Yep.
Yeah, and then you're in international waters and like nobody
Like Bin
does
Laden,
anything.
Nora.
Okay.
Remember they buried him at sea.
I do
So we could never
remember
find
that. I do. What a mystery.
Yeah, and that was a carnival. It was a carnival cruise, actually. I'd like
Don't-
to start spreading that rumor.
They put him on the
The
slide.
water slide.
Yeah, water slide.
Oh my god. I got on Carnival Cruise Talk recently and it is wild. It's the only
What do you mean you
cruise-
got on Carnival Cruise
Yeah,
Talk?
what the hell are you
Yeah,
talking
what is
about?
Okay, you guys are so old.
What are you on Reddit?
Like on TikTok, when you get into a section of TikTok that's focused on a topic,
genre,
you
yeah.
like end up on that talk. So I'm on.
Talk, T-O-K.
Yeah, sorry. So
Oh.
I was on Carnival Cruise Talk recently where I got into a feed of people talking about cruises, and it's wild.
Oh, boy.
It was wild. Do you know there's like a 9-month cruise people take?
Really?
Yeah, well, there was a story about they were doing this thing where instead of like selling your house when you're older
Yes.
and moving into a retirement home, you could take a years-long cruise where you never have to get off the ship. And then the people went, and they were like, "Nah, not enough people signed up." And then these people were like, "We literally don't have a house anymore because we sold it to go on this year-long cruise."
True fact.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never heard that. Oh,
Yeah, it's crazy. Anyway, cruises are awful. Don't do
Nora,
it.
you were on a cruise with an Is This Good guest,
Correct.
Lace Larrabee.
Lace Larrabee. It was a dark time. We survived together. It was
bootleg cruise.
It was horrible. I should have known when I saw, like you start at a port and the port was Mobile, Alabama. And I was like, okay, that doesn't feel right. And then we pull up and I saw the ship and it was rusted to shit on the outside.
You said, "Well, goddamn, what is that? A boat for shrimping?"
Oh my God, Matt, you would have I think you would have died if you ate the food on this thing. It was so bad. The only edible food was Guy Fieri's burgers. And everyone would go there only to Guy Fieri's burgers, and they were disgusting. Like, they were so bad, but people were just just eating
Compared to
eating.
everything else.
Compared to everything
That's
else.
sort of smart by him.
Yeah.
He's like to his team, find me the shittiest cruise you can find.
Totally.
Because my food will be
We're
the
gonna corner
best.
the market on dumpy cruises. It was so bad. Also, our server, you go on a cruise, you sit at the same table every night. So you end up having the same server, so you get to know them. And our server was this guy named Ganesh. And he would come to our table, and most of the servers, they come, they're like, yeah, we're so excited. Especially a table of women. And he comes over and he would just tell us the saddest stories about being away from his family on this cruise. And he hasn't had a break in months. And I was like, we gotta save Ganesh. This is so horrible.
Imagine being on the year-long cruise and Ganesh is your server for the entire time.
Oh, sweet Ganesh. I think about him a lot. I hope
Ganesh,
he's okay.
we've been on this cruise for a year. It's almost like your family. I would like to see my family one day.
Literally. He's like, try the steak, but also I haven't eaten in weeks. Like, it's just bad.
Jeez.
I would like to move away from Flavortown. I never asked to live there.
We sold our house to live in Flavortown on the water. Wow.
All right, let's just get your answers here so we can move past this. So, Skeets,
sorry,
what do you what's your poison that you're picking here?
Okay, well, you got to give them to me again.
Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
Okay.
You can't say Merry Christmas anymore. Elf on a Shelf is a dystopian tool. How early is too early to celebrate Christmas?
I guess the one that I have to argue about, have a discussion about, give me the how early is too early to put up the tree, to put up the lights, to play the Christmas music. I can do that one, and I've done it already. So
you have it with me every year.
Yeah, exactly. I have it with Nora.
We've talked about it on this show. We've talked about it on No Dunks.
Yeah, and I'm pretty adamant it can't happen before American Thanksgiving.
That's exactly right.
I think it's fair even to wait until before December 1st. I think it's a long month, December. It's not, Christmas ain't till the end of December.
And it goes beyond as well.
And
that tree
beyond.
Is up until
Armenian Christmas.
Armenian Christmas, exactly right.
Hello.
Exactly.
Respect my people.
So give me that one. And
What's
also
the best Armenian Christmas song, Nora?
Oh, don't.
Do you have? Is there like a Mariah where they like dubbed it into Armenian?
No. I mean, there probably is.
Yeah.
But there aren't. I can't think of any specific Armenian songs right now that are Christmassy off the top of my head. We only listen to Boney M and my parents'
there's a lot
house
of
at
Boney M.
Christmas on a loop.
Okay.
It is the
well,
best
I think there's a market there.
Yeah. Should we start it?
Well, how do you say Merry Christmas?
Well, you say Shnoravor Nordari of Surpsonund, I think.
I mean, no, you're not supposed to laugh another way.
Merry Christmas is Pari Garant.
Okay.
Pari Garant?
Pari Garevan. Pari Garevan.
banger.
It has legs, I think.
All right, JD, which argument are you choosing?
It's a Die Hard one because it's ironclad, easy to win that argument.
That it's not.
Right.
That absolutely is a Christmas movie.
Oh.
Please.
I mean, it came out in July.
So did It's a Wonderful Life.
Jesus.
Man.
It's got Winter Wonderland. It's got Let It Snow.
That's right.
It's a wonderful
It's got Ode to
life.
Joy. It takes place at a holiday party.
That's right.
Now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho.
Thank you.
Okay?
Yeah.
JD won the argument.
Exactly.
Damn.
Exactly.
I agree with the Elf on the Shelf take, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of agree
I
with
hate
it too,
that
but-
whole
Creepy.
thing. It's so creepy.
But the kind of person that likes the Elf of a Shelf and likes posing it and telling their kids that it's a spy from Santa, that is probably the most unpleasant person to argue with.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair
So-
enough.
Yeah.
Well, you guys all settled that, and now you're going to settle something else, because when people need help navigating life's biggest decisions, they seek our wise counsel, and we deliver an airtight verdict. Like I just said, so maybe I shouldn't have said it before, but I'm going to say it again. It's time to settle this. All right,
Oh, easy.
I'm starting
Turn
to
down
speak
the
Armenian.
Armenian. Yeah.
He's embarrassing. It's like your Borat voice.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
Okay, this person said, "Hi, Matt and JD. Thanks for all the great stuff y'all put out. I eagerly await each episode, and I appreciate your many airtight verdicts. Please help me settle a debate about white elephant gift exchanges. I love participating in white elephant gift exchanges. It always gets me excited because I love some good strategy and gameplay with my gift giving. However, I went to one with my partner, and she wanted to tell me what she was bringing and demanded to know what I had wrapped up. I quickly shut that down and said, no, I do not want to know what you're bringing, and you'll see what I bought when it's revealed. My partner thought this was ridiculous, and we got into what I would classify as a light holiday squabble. Over my dead body, will she find out what my contribution to White Elephant is? I think it ruins the fun if you already know what the other gifts are. What do you guys think? All the best, Ben W. Well, luckily we have a real live couple here, Skeets and Nora. Skeets, what would you tell Nora? Or would you tell Nora what you were bringing to a white elephant gift exchange?
I don't think I would. I think it's part of the fun. I think Ben's right here. I don't know why his partner was so adamant to know. You're gonna find out. Is she like? I'm trying to put myself in her head. Is she like possibly gonna be embarrassed by whatever
By his
Ben?
gift?
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe she's like, I need to vet what you're bringing.
Yeah,
well,
maybe.
what is it? Nudes? Like what?
I don't know.
Well,
What would it be that would be embarrassing to her?
It's nudes of her.
People bring silly things.
people go crazy with
Yeah.
white elephant gifts.
Yeah.
Like our friend Ken and his family, the Angelises, they have, and Matt, like I think you know about this, like they have the most insane white elephant gift exchange. Filipino Christmas going of all time. And when I say, like, the gifts are crazy, people, there have been live lobsters.
Yeah.
There have been Jell-O with tons of money in it.
Yeah, like they took a Jell-O mold and they put cash and then set it in Jell-O. So to get the money, you have to go through Jell-O.
Okay.
There's a long-running gift that always is added, VHS tape of
Eye of the Storm.
Eye of the Storm on
movie
VHS
no
tape.
one has seen.
Yeah.
They just keep regifting.
They once, somebody made a giant poster of one of their uncles, took a photo of their
Emmy.
Uncle Emmy, made a huge poster of it.
Yeah.
That's
I think
in
Lisa
there.
got it.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of other crazy things. So anyway, the point is, like, maybe she's like, what are you bringing? Are you bringing
Ben
the
does
lobster
sound
again?
crazy.
Yeah.
He loves it. Like, so
Yeah.
he might go crazy on it.
Yeah.
But I think what this could come down to is the white elephant gift exchange something you want to win or something you want to just experience?
Right.
Because if you just want to get the best gift, like, just tell him to get what you want and tell him what he's wrapped it, what he's wrapped it in, and then you just pick that one.
But then someone can steal it.
Someone
from
can
you.
Could steal it.
Okay, then go last. Make sure you go last.
Well, you got to draw the numbers. You
It's
don't
like-
know where you're picking
There's
from.
a lot.
No, someone's drawing numbers. You say, "Oh, too much fruitcake. Gotta go take a big dump," and then you go wait in the bathroom until everyone has picked a number. Then you come back and say, "I'll just go last."
All of this for a candle.
Yeah, I don't think that would work. But
The point of the white elephant gift exchange, is really, it's the entertainment.
it's like one-upping.
It's the one-upping. It's the hilarity of these gifts. It's not really to get a good gift. I know some people do put good things in.
Yeah, like I was saying to him earlier, again, on TikTok, people are starting to do like super bougie white elephants where it's like the budget's like $500, $1,000.
What?
Oh, this is ridiculous.
Like influencers.
Nora, this is why we're not on Talk.
Talk. Influencer talk. Like all these influencers get together and they're like, oh my God, a Dyson Airwrap. Amazing. It's like insane.
Oh, and they're filming it and all
Of
that.
course.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's all sponsored.
Give me a live
stuff.
lobster any day.
Yeah, of course. Oh, they also
Give me a 1-pounder from the shores of Maine.
They also had Hummer cologne. Remember that was going around?
Hummer cologne.
Like the vehicle?
Correct.
You want to smell like the vehicle?
Hummer has branded cologne, which
wow.
you can still get today, by the way. $18 on Amazon. So get it for your white elephant.
It's a bargain.
What were some of the other gifts? Because there's like a...
That was most of the ones that I remember was live lobsters, the huge picture of Uncle Emmy that went around over and over. He's dressed in like a Santa costume. A lot of like 90s retro like cassettes, DVDs, like those would come in.
It's all junk.
And then Hummer
Right.
cologne,
I
I
mean, really.
remember.
Yeah, but that's my point. It is just junk. I mean, that is one of my problems with these. It's like you're basically buying plastic. You might as well throw the plastic in that garbage patch that swirls around the ocean first, and then people can go retrieve it from there.
Right.
But there was, I don't remember when this was, but at the last minute, someone invited me and some friends to a white elephant, a Yankee swap, whatever.
Yeah.
And we were like, we don't want to do this. We don't want to buy shitty shit and get shitty shit. Like, there's no point to this. And it was last minute, so we were all going together, 3 people, and we stopped at a CVS, a pharmacy. And we were like, whatever, we'll just get whatever's here. And we're walking through the aisles, and my friend goes, there's like a shitty DVD, like, it was like maybe $20 or something. And he was like, you know what? I actually need a DVD player because sometimes I get screeners and I can't watch them anymore because my laptop doesn't have a DVD in it anymore. So I was like, you know what? I'll just buy this.
Put it in.
Yeah, instead of spending $20 on garbage, I'm gonna buy this. You'll see what I wrap it in, and then you just pick it. And that's what happened. They got a DVD.
Wow, so your plan,
So that's what his wife
executed perfectly.
Yeah, no one
I honestly think that people didn't understand that once someone got a gift, you could steal it from them.
Yeah.
People do change how the rules work because some people do the whole thing. Whoever picks the first gift at the end gets to pick whatever gift they want. Some people don't play that way.
Also, like, you read the room. Like, if somebody gets a gift and they like really, really love it, it's kind of a jerk move to be like, mine, give me.
Wow. Yeah, but
Wow.
some
Well,
gifts
you
are
know what,
good.
Nora? let's see how that plays out because, surprise, we're going to do our own white elephant gift exchange right here on the podcast.
Incroyable.
Okay, so just to quickly set the order, I'm going to say Nora can go last because, as our honored guest, she can have her pick of the gifts.
Appreciate it.
And so let's go Skeets, JD, me, Nora.
Okay.
So I have gifts. The gifts are, here are the gifts.
Okay.
Gift 1, gift 2, gift 3, gift 4. There are cards here, and on each card is written a gift. And Skeets, you are picking first, so you have your pick of the litter here. What number are you going with?
2, sir.
2. Alrighty then. Okay, here we go. Your gift is you fall asleep on Christmas Eve with a belly full of nog and a heart full of cheer. But during your slumber, you are visited by the ghost of Christmas past. Why does he look so familiar? It's Sam Wheat, a.k.a. Patrick Swayze from the 1990 film Ghost. He's nice and all, but he keeps dropping hints about how you should really get into pottery. It's cold in here. You know what would warm things up? A kiln. Hey, I love the way your record player spins. Why don't we toss some clay on it, see what happens? I'll take my shirt off just in case. So that's your gift, some sexy pottery.
Okay.
With Patrick Swayze.
Yes.
With Patrick Swayze.
That was robust.
But it was a dream.
What do you think?
It's a new...
He gave you a mildly erotic dream about Patrick Swayze.
That's right.
Wait, is it a dream?
Is it a dream or did I get pottery?
Oh,
no.
great question. Great question.
Did it happen? Was it real?
Did his hands
What's not a
touch
dream
mine?
is that when Skeets listens to the ghost, he is going to be making pottery, which Nora, from TikTok, is very in this year.
So hot right now.
Yeah, that's the
Seth
part,
Rogen's making them.
learning a new skill is fun.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, especially with the expert-guided hands of Patrick Swayze wrapped around you as you do it. Of course.
For sure.
Well, don't get too attached for it because that might go. JD, what number are you picking here?
Number 4, please.
Number 4. Okay, you need to relax, well, which is true. So you get a family-free Christmas with no traveling.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, that's because your entire family has accidentally left you behind at home. You are terrorized by 2 robbers who will stop at nothing to invade your home. You fight them off, but doing so turns you into a sadistic monster who enjoys torturing humans by burning, electrocuting, and tar and feathering them.
Okay.
Your family eventually comes home, but they don't like the new you. But they're horrified. And your dad is upset you used all his aftershave.
Okay.
So you get to relax for a bit, but then... sort of your dark side is revealed.
Right.
And you can't go back, really, once
Right.
In fact, you can
side
only
of
go
it
to
is
New York.
Yeah.
You like Donald Trump? Well, you're about to meet him.
All right.
So do you like your gift, or do you want to swap it for some sexy pottery?
Give me the sexy pottery.
Yeah. Every day, all
Okay.
day.
Damn.
Sorry.
Okay. Honestly, this is a better split because of all 4 people in this Zoom right now, Skeets is the only one that could pull off a Home Alone scenario.
Well, why do you say that?
I think you're wily, you're tricky.
You could fight off some weird invaders.
I have micro machines.
Yeah, if you imagine leaving me to do that, no way.
No.
No.
I mean, I feel like I could fight them.
You probably have a full-size cutout of Michael Jordan
Yeah,
somewhere.
that's true.
sure.
Put them on the train set.
Yeah.
All right, so wait, what's off the board here? 4's
4 and
off the
2.
board.
Yeah.
And 2.
2's off the board. Okay, I'm going to pick 3. And that is... Oh, the worst one. 2 tickets to the Nutcracker.
Oh, it sucks.
I have seen the Nutcracker so many times because my sister was in it when she was a kid. In that party scene.
Yeah.
And sometimes she was a mouse.
Mouse.
Yeah.
My God.
Does the music trigger you?
Oh, I don't like it. I mean, it's 2 hours plus an intermission.
Yeah, it's long.
Is this the twirling?
So much.
Yeah.
Twirling.
So much.
I like the music, though. I would put it on.
Okay, well, I don't want this. I want sexy pottery.
Oh,
Oh my
man.
God.
Because I already
everyone.
established I cannot do the Home Alone.
Yeah.
Okay.
So wait, who had sexy pottery?
I
JD.
Now
currently
JD does.
have sexy pottery.
Oh, well, so you like the music. You're going to the Nutcracker.
There you go.
I shouldn't have said a goddamn thing. If I can go to the Nutcracker is a dime a dozen. Who gets to have sexy time? Demi Moore and me.
Yeah, the gap between
No,
those
it's Patrick and you.
is a crevasse.
Right. Well,
And you got 2 tickets. You're going to have to take someone. You're going to have to upset your wife by forcing her to go.
right. Yeah.
She's not going to be happy about that. No. Okay, Nora, that leaves you with gift number 1.
Yeah, hit me. What is it?
But keep in mind, you're in the catbird seat, as they say here.
Oh my.
Someone delivers and sets up a beautiful 8-foot-tall Christmas tree in your home. The lights twinkling, the ornaments sparkling, the tinsel shimmering. It is the envy of the neighborhood. Ooh. But what those decorations are hiding is a walnut-sized mass called an Uthaka, aka a sack of approximately 100 to 200 praying mantis eggs.
Absolutely not.
They usually hatch in spring, so you'll probably be safe, but
Get the fuck out of here with
Due
that.
to spending a few weeks in your warm home, they come out early. You spend Christmas morning cleaning up a plague.
Why are you ruining Christmas?
Yeah. What is this?
Now,
what I'm looking at
I
right
saw
now?
this on my TikTok, Nora, which is called Reels. It's for old people. You should try it out one day.
What is that?
It's apparently very rare, but it does happen.
But wait, did this hatch?
This one that we're looking at here?
Yeah. Did stuff come out
No,
of
this
it?
is a pre-hatch, but what they say is you got to cut it off, put it in the freezer to euthanize them.
My God, this is horrific.
That looks like we need a nutcracker. Looks like a walnut.
It looked like a candied like, praline, but also disgusting. We don't want
that's
that. That's an
gross.
absolute
Yeah, that's nightmare fuel.
goddamn
So
nightmare.
I assume you'll be swapping
This is why we
gifts
have
with
a
someone.
fake tree. Because
Yeah.
you can't have nature like that in your house.
No, I guess not.
It doesn't belong there. Yeah, I don't want this. I want pottery.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Pottery
Yeah.
making its way
Damn.
around.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
stealing my sexy pottery.
Totes. He's all mine.
So no, now I have to do this?
Yeah.
I have the
Yeah.
praying mantis eggs?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, that's how it works.
That's on you.
Also, some people do this differently where you have to select if you're stealing the gift before you actually open the next gift.
so that you don't
Oh, that's
weigh
nice.
Yeah.
your option.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's probably more
It's more of a
That's a
it's
little
more of a
more fair.
risk.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
oh, do I really want the
praying mantis.
yeah. Or do I want something else?
An invasion of them.
Yeah.
Praying mantis are gross. Remember we had that big one on the porch?
I don't think they're well, I wouldn't want them in my house. I don't think they're gross.
They're
We
sort
had
of
2
harmless.
on the
Yeah.
porch, and it was like they were talking to each other. It was scary. I did not like it.
They were deep in prayer. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
They were.
Well, that was fun. I hope everyone enjoys their gifts. Keep in mind, you are still getting the link to the playlist, so not everyone's a
Incredible.
loser here today.
Oh, fantastic.
But there's only one thing left to do, and that's play Subjective Trivia. Subjective trivia, it's just like regular trivia, except only I know the answer. Nora, after hearing so many of these, how excited are you to finally be trying to get in my head and answer this subjective
Literally
trivia
on
question?
the edge of my seat. Cannot wait.
Okay.
We have a
As
lot
usual.
of debates when it comes to is this good? You know, in the rare
Who usually gets
podcast.
them more right?
We're actually usually pretty close.
We're pretty
I'm not
close.
trying to jinx us, but we usually have a
You've
good
definitely
handle.
have gotten some right. I've gotten other ones right. Some I've gotten right on the show before, some not. So yeah, it's pretty evenly split.
Okay. I'm going to tell you now, this is a hard one.
Shit.
Now see, he does this. He tries
Stressing me
to
out.
throw us
Freak
off the
out.
No, it's
scent.
hard.
I'm still thinking
Don't
about
overthink it.
I'm
Whatever
still
he says, don't
thinking
overthink
about-
it.
Yeah.
It's hard because even I'm surprised at what I picked here, but my answer is right here, so you know I don't change it.
Oh, interesting. He's
this
trying
is,
to influence us.
Yep.
A visual one, but I will describe them. The question is, which of these dirty Christmas sweaters would I wear to Christmas? So we did a similar question when it was
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Apparently, horny Thanksgiving sweaters are a thing. But if you thought those were insane, they take it up a notch for dirty Christmas.
Yeah,
so
let's go.
Here we go. Here are your options. The first one says, it's naked Santa Claus with a big present in front of his penis. Sorry, but that's what it is. And it says, I have a big package for you.
Right.
Don't like it.
Gross. Okay, next one.
Okay.
I heart MILFs and cookies.
This is terrible design.
Jesus.
And I guess a pun on milk and cookies, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's not fucking 1996, okay? American Pie didn't just come out,
Yeah.
right? Third option, it says the North Pole, which if you're just listening to this, you might think, okay, that's not so bad, but it is a literal candy cane pole with elves around it throwing money at a stripper.
I sort of like this one.
This is so.
This one's pretty badass.
really
Come on.
committed to this.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah,
It's so
North
graphic.
Pole, but it is a stripper pole.
Yeah. Also, she's enormous. I guess they're
Well, they're elves.
Yeah, she's human.
Yeah. Fair. Okay.
Okay, and the fourth option here, and this doesn't say anything on it. It
No
is
words.
just Santa Claus reading a newspaper, sitting on the chimney and taking a shit inside of it.
Taking a shit
Wow.
on the chimney.
Well, we can only assume. I mean, he might be sitting down to pee.
Just reading the New Yorker.
Maybe.
No, but the
doubt
fact
it.
that he's reading
Yeah.
makes you believe
Wouldn't
that
that
he's
be?
taking a poop.
I guess it'd be hot if the fireplace
There's
is
a fire for
roaring,
sure.
Maybe he's just warming up his
warming
butt.
up his tush.
He's on
Yeah.
a sleigh all night.
Oh yeah. I mean, would you rather Santa poop in your chimney where it instantly gets burned up by fire, or, take an upper decker in your toilet?
Oh God, I hate.
I think I'd rather him take an upper deck.
Same. Easier to clean. Yeah,
Is it easier to clean?
and then
I mean, I don't
the
know.
burning shit would
That would-
permeate the
burning
neighborhood,
shit is
not
gross.
just your house. Yeah, it'd be
hot
bad.
caca. No, what's that?
How is there
Okay,
not a
and-
sweater that says hot caca?
I know.
Why does it say it on this one?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, and the final option is just a picture of a winking Santa Claus that says, "Ask your mom if I'm real."
Geez, subtle dig.
So, what? Like, that's just
Well, I fucked your
implying
mom?
that Santa had sex with your mom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I saw
guess.
Mummy kissing Santa Claus.
But would it
I
be?
saw mommy kissing. Santa.
Yeah, if I'm real. Yeah. Okay, I get it.
All right, so I collected them all for you on one
This
slide
is
here,
tough.
just for your reference.
This is
So your
tough.
choices are: I have a big package for you, I heart milfs and cookies, North Pole, where the stripper is stripping on a North Pole, Santa taking a dump in a chimney, and ask your mom if I'm real. Have at it.
Okay, I would like to eliminate 2 right away.
Sorry, this
Okay.
is a conversation.
That's what I'm saying.
That's it.
Okay.
This is
Hold
the
on, I'm
start of
presenting
the
my case.
I was deep in thought.
What do you mean?
I'm trying to figure out where.
Are you thinking about how big Santa's package is?
I'm thinking about the hot caca.
I wanted to eliminate right away. I heart milfs and cookies.
Okay.
Okay, I'll allow it.
You're allowed? Okay. And I actually don't see him, Matt, rocking a I have a big package for you either.
I agree.
Okay.
JD, how do you feel about that?
I concur.
Okay. So that leaves us with those last 3.
I don't think he would do ask your mom if I'm
Yeah, he didn't seem...
It's one of these 2 gross ones.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's
So
it's
it's
the
the
stripper
stripper.
on the pole or the Santa taking a dump.
Yeah.
Man, I do like both of those.
Yeah.
I do like the pooping one. There's no text. It's more clean in design.
Yeah.
The message is clear.
Messages.
I guess.
I think the thing that's throwing me off with the Mrs. Claus stripper thing. I
Mrs.
don't know.
Claus, that's who we think it is?
Who else would it be?
That's not Mrs. She
That's
doesn't
a
have a beard.
hired
I mean-
stripper. A hired stripper that's
Sorry,
brought in.
the image is including motifs that we know from Christmas, which are the elves.
Yeah, true.
There's a woman. Granted, she is wearing a red bikini, but she has a Santa hat on,
So you think that's
and she's
Mrs.
in the
Claus.
North
Wow.
Pole.
That's
Nora,
another
Nora, you know
freaky
when a-
level to this.
When a policeman shows up at the Bachelorette to strip, you know that's not a real policeman.
Yeah, true.
What?
Okay, so which one are you picking? Which one are you picking, Nora?
Okay,
We'll do a little vote here because we're down to 2. It sounds like.
I'm gonna go pooping Santa.
JD.
I got pooping Santa too.
Oh man. Okay. Well, I'm.
You're
That's
outvoted, but-
literally vote. You're outvoting me 2, number 2
Number
to
2 to
1.
1.
Because I think I was gonna go poll, but we are locking in hot caca Santa pooing down your chimney tonight.
Okay, well, normally there's only 4 options. I gave you 5.
Yeah.
I said it was hard. But by God, you got it right.
Santa dump. Yes.
And I wrote this down obviously before the show, but learning that we could add hot caca to that shirt, to that sweater,
That just seals the
only
deal.
made me love it more and convinced me that I made the right choice. Nora, what a guest!
Wow.
What a guest! You led them to that.
Yeah, that's good.
They wouldn't have got there on their own.
Go with your gut, friends. And my gut was hot caca.
Oh, what a thrill! What a thrill! Skeets, where can people find you? And Nora, do you want people to find you?
Well, they won't find anything. I'm not really saying anything. I'm not on Twitter.
You're not on any of these talks.
What do you mean? No,
Your
I'm
own
not.
talks.
I'm a lurker for sure.
You have Instagram.
I have Instagram, but I'm not really. I mean, they can find me on Instagram, but I'm not really saying much on there. Nora said so.
There you go.
Have you been like friended by Basketball Jones starters,
yeah.
No Dunks fans along the way?
For sure. I think they're there for the Luna content.
Oh.
Oh, okay. And are you private?
I am, yeah.
So you accept them. You
yeah.
accept these.
I usually I look at their
deviants.
profiles, see if they're a real human, and then I'll say it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Cool.
Nora said so. At Jay Skeets on all platforms.
There you go.
Instagram. He's on Twitter. He's not on TikTok.
No dunks is, but yeah. I avoid the TikToks. It's just, I'd be on there all day.
It's overwhelming sometimes.
Yeah, it
So
is.
you're not on NBA Talk.
No, I'm not.
I
No, I'm
am
not.
somehow because every time we talk about something, I start getting NBA content.
Oh,
Wow.
that happens. I want to get on naughty Christmas sweater talk.
Oh,
I like these.
I thought you were saying something entirely different.
No, I liked a lot of these designs.
Yeah.
What? I mean, the two are very funny. It'd be a big hit at a party.
We can get one of these
Yeah.
if you want.
Yeah.
The best one I've seen this year is Big Nick Energy. It's like just a portrait
It's a
of
little
Canada.
subtle.
It's not bad.
That's
I'll take
good,
that.
yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm Santa and I fucked your mom.
Yeah.
It's nice.
The weirdest one I saw was, and the person wearing it, like, it didn't have a good image of it, but it said, "Let it snow," one word, and then the T in let, and then the IT in it were all capitalized, so it said, "Let it snow."
Yeah. Letits now.
Oh,
Oh, let it now.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what it said.
is that a demand?
Well,
And then it was just a bunch of like cartoon tits on it, like green and red tits.
That's
a little on the nose.
someone.
It's on the nip.
Yeah, that's weird. That's a weird one.
Not good. Remember to check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/isthisgood. If you have topics, email us at isthisgoodpod@gmail.com. Remember to rate us on Apple Podcasts. That's a nice Christmas gift you can give to us. Thank you for listening. Thanks to JD. Thanks to Skeets for coming on. Thanks to Nora for making her podcast
Thanks
debut.
for having me. It was so fun.
Yeah, how'd you feel? Would you do it again?
Sure, I think so. It was fun. It's just like
Okay.
talking with your friends.
You sweating underneath that
literally
sweater?
what it is.
I mean, no, it's actually kind of chilly in
No,
here.
it's chilly.
Yeah, it is
Oh,
cold today.
nice. It's, JD comes from the Letterman School of Heating.
That's right. That's right. Cold is funny.
Oh my god.
Thank you again in advance for leaving a 5-star review for everyone. I'm Matt Austin, and this was good. Merry Christmas. See you next week.
And happy holidays.
And Schnora
Buddy,
something.